you've got the fish and the, you've done quite a bit of work there, haven't you?
Oh yeah, just still getting started on that. I have to knock this back, but I figure out what the design I want in here above the moose's head. And then of course there's going to be a natural design that's going to be on here. And I've got to shape that out and then put all the spikes on the horns, and then the one up in the front here once I shave it back. I have to hollow this out because the ear has to be behind the horn. That's the reason why it is out like that, because you have to have the ear. I mean, after all, the moose has an ear. Yeah, so one of the things I used to love about doing artwork at one point was being able to change the artwork into blankets, food, and things that people needed. To me, then, artwork is serving a purpose. There's a reason for it. You know, doing artwork's one thing. It's kind of a selfish thing in some ways. It can be. But when you're giving it to people because of a simple reason that nobody has to question, I mean, they can all they want. It doesn't really matter anymore. And it's kind of like a simple philosophy, or a realization, or a reality. It depends on your point of view. I just think that life is so sacred. If you're going to do something, you have a purpose to do it. And why not? So you get a job. That's your job. So you make sure people have money, food, and housing, and everything. That was so cool. So much fun. And travel. That was the fun part about it. The real gift was traveling and doing that. And I haven't been doing that for quite a while since I lost my parents. So it's time to get back into the swing of things. That right there, it's really good. It's overdue. Very much overdue. 6.5 billion people in the world. Starting at any point is a perfect starting point. Whenever you're doing something like that, the moment you started, it doesn't matter where it is, because what matters the most is that it's actually being done. Everything else balances out eventually, and everybody actually gets all the things that they need. And most importantly, if people don't start out doing that, then it makes a big difference. It's kind of like, you know, some of those companies that are down in in the States, or I mean Mexico. They've got those, not the cheap blankets, but the really nice ones.
Yeah.
The really nice ones with the animal prints and everything else on them. Brand new. Company, if they know that it's going to help people, will let those blankets go for around $3 a piece. Which is awesome. Awesome. There's a guy that I know, his name is Ronald J. Barand. He used to own all of the Woolworths, 9,000 stores. And now he owns all the Foot Lockers. Men's Foot Locker, women's, kids' Foot Locker.
Yeah.
And then Kids Corner, which is anything from kids' clothes from newborn to 18 years old, plus toys, educational things, everything else. Now this man is the kind of person who donates 40-foot truckloads of stuff constantly. I'm not talking once in a while. I mean constantly. He does constantly. And awesome person. Ronald J. Barans. Great man. Nordstrom's Rack donates tons of stuff.
Oh, okay.
They actually donate $1,000 suits so people can actually go out and find work. And when they do, they donate 40-foot trucks. But all you do is you have to cut the tags off so they can't return them to the
That's
store.
right, yeah,
That's just the basic rule.
yeah.
You get the stuff, and
But it's to be worn, not to be
and
resold
it's
or something.
not to be sold or anything like that. And they're awesome. They do that too. And there's certain companies and certain people that run different types of businesses that are excellent for really making a difference. And those are just a couple, believe it or not. There's quite a few other ones. And if you're working with a church or charity and non-profit, Greatest Show on Earth, which has to do with all of the rides and everything else, they'll set up their own whole miniature carnival and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically donate like 10 or 20% back into everything. They charge nothing for coming, nothing for setting up, or nothing for anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they donate the money. And it's usually around $250,000 per day.
Wow.
It's a nice big donation. And that can actually go to a lot of different types of things. And that's one of the reasons I also like those people.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Because they're nice. They pretty much dedicated to what they're doing. So there's a lot of people out there that you can rely on to come through certain things. Question. That's better. That's good.
You have to have some idea of everything as you're going down here.
Well, I had a drum going on here all the way up to here. But I want to put a couple of beavers on here too, so that's too
Okay,
much
you've got to.
loss of space. It's too small. So I dropped the drum down
Okay.
proportionately for the diameter
Mm-hmm.
and the height, so that it's harmonious. Because you don't want a tall drum, you want a low drum, but not too low.
No.
About right here. And then have the skin on it and everything, and then have a beaver on here, which gives me plenty of room for the beaver to sit on there. And of course, naturally, I have to have a squirrel.
Well, yeah.
Well, because I mean, if you're going to have a moose, what do you need? A flying squirrel.
A flying squirrel, yeah.
Exactly. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Exactly. So that's what I'm going to do. So that makes it so much easier. I can actually cut this out now, down to about right there. And I've got plenty of room. See that? That's perfect. I got plenty of room for the beaver to take up that much space. Not bad. Harmony.
Yeah.
So that's the idea, is to make it harmonious without the hassles. So that's awesome. Now I don't have to worry anymore. Just go ahead and carve that moose. And that's what slows me down, is that I'm not drawing it. So which means that I have to figure it out as I go. Proportions are proper for the piece. So it's like I want the moose's nose to end about right here, but then come down because it's got that swaying lips, so it makes the moose so funny looking. I want that. I was actually thinking about doing a one of the moose that's actually smiling. Have you ever seen the picture of the smiling moose online?
No.
It's hilarious. And I thought, oh gee, that'd be so funny. Because you could tell it was kind of, it wasn't camera shy, that's for sure. That's much better. Well, what really makes it hard is that it's still very wet wood.
Yes.
But you know what? It's coming along.
Not as, I can tell that it is.
It's hard because the chisels, they don't travel
Yeah.
as much. Whoops.
It's denser, eh? It's.
Yeah. And there's a lot of drag for the chisels. Okay. There we go. Got my chisel stuck. There we go. There. That's better. Time to switch up. Actually, this works out really well. Because if I put the beaver out in the front and the other one there, I can have something that's here for this distance, facing this way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I think I'll do that. Well, if I do the person, then it's a no jib weight. They're about this tall. And then on the other side, you do one with the Cree, where the kneecaps are here and the feet are down here. It's a joke. It's one that both of them would think is funny.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they both think it's hilarious. Trust me, they wouldn't be offended. They would just think it's really funny. It's kind of like, yeah, just a little touch of humor there. The people that you can. That's your job. You know? So anyway, I got a proclamation from the governor. And now he's head of the environmental agency. And when we handed out all these tons of clothes and everything to homeless people and stuff, it was great. We had the we had the police department there. Traveled all around town, picking out all the people that needed it. And the best fun part about it was, the people were shocked. They were scared to death. Here comes the cops. Cops pick you up, take you someplace. You hop out of the car. The moment you get in there, you walk into a house and all these cop cars are there and everything. You go in the front door, you come out the back, and you have a yard bag full of brand new suits, brand new shirts, ties, sweaters, clothes, everything. A whole entire wardrobe, all each. And that's what they did. Ronald Brands and Nordstrom's Rack did that. And the governor was so excited about it, he signed a proclamation, first time ever by any governor, declaring a day of peace and environmental awareness for the entire state of Utah.
Wow. That's what I wanted to get.
I'll be able to finally shape in this moose's head. Boy, boy. Yeah, so for me it was many years of having a vacation. Because to be honest with you, sitting out on hillsides and all this other kind of stuff. Boy, that was a vacation. I mean, I had it made, no rent, no housing. For 1 year I had a teepee. I loved it, man. It was so great. I put in a hammock. You hang a hammock from the poles, you sit up there, you've got the fire in the middle, and you have all your housing stuff all the way around you and everything else, Places where people can sit and stuff, talk. No TV, no radio, just people. talking.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, because people would come and all these elders would come and everything else, and we'd sit and have conversations and everything else. I was watching this thing, it was a great movie, because I'm a movie fiend. I love Turner Classic movies.
Oh, good for you.
Last night I was watching Avatar.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Cameron's...
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, yeah.
Anyway, I noticed that he was down in Bolivia about the dams and everything else that were going on down there. And I saw an old friend of mine. He was sitting right next to him and went, "Oh my God, I know that guy." It was Chief Oren Lyons from up here, one of the Mohawks, Mohawk Nation. And very kind, loving guy, ambassador of goodwill. I remember he was in California one time, and I'd been laying out on the beach homeless. I've been out there for like 30 years. But anyway, I did that for about 30 years.
What's for you, Bradley?
I'll be darned.